Go Bull. Michael Jordan hints he'll return to the court, this time as a Washington Wizard. Extensive coverage in this hour. There is something in the air.
8:01. Let's get to the top news stories of the morning. For that, we turn to Ann Curry.
Because now we have a camera. Katie Matinell, thank you so much this morning. Good morning, everybody, again. For the second time in 2 weeks, the U.S. has lost an unmanned spy plane over Iraq.
For additional tax cuts?
He sure has. In fact, if you can believe it, this morning, he's already been asked about it. Before dawn this morning, he was out jogging. Reporters said, how about more tax cuts? He said, I'm not going to talk about it now, but he did hit. He might talk about it later today.
Now here's Tom Brokaw with a look at what's coming up tonight on NBC Nightly News.
Thanks, Ann. Tonight, 3 numbers that could save your life. 911, 190 million calls each year, but you won't believe the problems we find.
It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Bryant Gumbel. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. We don't know if it was a private aircraft. We have no idea how many were on board or what the extent of the injuries are right now. We have, I understand, an eyewitness on the phone right now. Sir, good morning. This is Bryant Gumbel. Could you give us your name?
Yeah, my name is Stuart.
Stuart, where are you right now?
Listen, hold on just a moment. We got an explosion inside.
Tell us what you saw.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street.
Okay.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, just put Winston on pause there for just a moment.
Okay, the whole building just exploded some more. The whole top part.
Okay.
The building's still intact. People are running up the streets. Am I still connected?
Winston, this would support probably what Libby and you both said, that perhaps the fuselage was in the building that would cause a second explosion such as that.
Well, that's what just happened then.
That certainly.
Yeah, people are running up.
We are getting word that perhaps.
Okay, hold on. The people here everybody's panicking.
All right, Winston, let me put Winston on hold for just a moment.
Okay, I don't know how much longer we're staying. I'm inside of a diner right now.
Well, Winston, you know what? If you could give us a call back, I just don't want to panic here on the air. Let's just take some of our pictures from News Chopper 7. Now, one of our producers said perhaps a second plane was involved, and let's not even speculate to that point, but at least put it out there that perhaps that may have happened. The second explosion would certainly back the theory from a couple of eyewitnesses that the plane fuselage perhaps in those upper buildings.
Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready.
Kite.
Yes, kite. Get ready.
Kit.
Yes, kit. Get ready.
Steel.
Yes, steel. Get ready.
Plane.
Yes, plane. Get ready.
Must.
Yes, must. Go to go speak your reader up from under your seat. Open your book up to lesson 60 on page 153. At the count of 3, everyone should be on page 153. If the yellow paper is going to bother you, drop it. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody touch
We're looking at a live picture from Washington, and there is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon. It would appear that there has been another major explosion, this one in the nation's capital. You are looking at a scene of apparent blast aftermath. There is smoke in the air over the Pentagon. We don't know whether this is the result of a bomb or whether it is yet another aircraft that has targeted a symbol of the United States power, but there is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon. This is coming at 9:43 Eastern Time. The president right now is on his way back from Florida. He had gone there for an educational event. In a brief remarks, he said this was an apparent terrorist attack on our country. We do have a couple of reports, one from AP, one from Reuters, reporting that an American Airlines plane was hijacked, that a United Airlines plane was hijacked, supposedly one of those two planes hijacked out of Boston.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the 2 towers. A huge explosion now, raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way!
When I took the call over, there was a soft-spoken, calm gentleman on the other end. He told me that there's 3 people that have taken over the flight. At that point, I asked him his name. He told me Todd Beamer. He was from Cranberry, New Jersey.
When he wanted to pray, was your sense then that he knew that?
Yes, I did. I felt that he knew at that time because he had said, "Oh, Jesus, help us." And then he said, "Lisa, would you recite the Lord's Prayer with me?" They're all heroes in my eyes. They really are. They all pitched together, and they did what they thought was the best thing to do at that time. And I feel that Todd played a great role in that, because when he told the guys, "Are you ready?" I assumed that they were waiting on his cue. Then they responded to him, and he said, "Okay, let's roll."
We get down probably another half a floor, and the building collapses on us.
What was that like? I mean, did you know what was happening at the time?
Now, the building was falling, and I more or less thought, that I was dead. It was just a matter of seconds now.
Did it get very dark all around you?
I'll be honest, I closed my eyes. I closed my eyes, basically, and just hope my family thought well of me and that it was all over.
I want you all to know that America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here, for the workers who work here, for the families who mourn. This nation stands with the good people of New York City and New Jersey and Connecticut as we mourn the loss of thousands of our citizens. I can hear you. I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
So let's answer that question. Have we forgotten? And let's answer it by looking at what's transpired over the last 18 years. In the last 18 years, we've become an open borders surveillance state that imports Islamic radicalism willingly to our shores. We assume people coming from those countries, we give them the benefit of the doubt. While with unprecedented monitoring of our own citizens, we presume at the same time any of us could be a criminal, a terrorist, a little old lady. TSA has to have her take her, if she's got a false hip, because we can't profile anybody, of course. So we just, if you've got any kind of metal in your body for any kind of reason, because you might be 85, you're treated and presume that you could be a threat to the United States. But if you want to immigrate here, or just show up illegally from a country that is known to harbor Islamic radicalism and terrorism, you'll be given the benefit of the doubt and maybe even elected to Congress. In the last 18 years, we've seen one major political party and its media allies increasingly adopt the anti-American, anti-West, anti-Judeo-Christian rhetoric and ideology of the attackers, while the other major political party has increasingly capitulated its promised opposition to this trend. In the last 18 years, we have stripped our education system. It was already a vault of indoctrination before 9/11. But whatever last remaining morsels of passing on our legacy to the next generation our public education system had, we stripped it bare of those. And instead, we have now raised up a generation that fears Israeli, quote, occupation of their own land, and, quote, climate change more than Islamo-fascism. In the last 18 years, we have devolved our foreign policy. We're having the same exact simpleton debate right now. We have devolved our foreign policy to a simpleton debate between maybe we need to be a permanent mall cop or let's cutting and attempting deals with fiends in places like Tehran, Pyongyang, or Hamas headquarters. The worst of both worlds. Both of those solutions have proven to be colossal failures for the American people. In the last 18 years, though, we have killed far more of our own children, willingly, wantonly, and proudly. Shout your abortion. Than the combined forces of Islamofascism could ever dare to fever dream with an invading armada. We did it ourselves the last 18 years. Let's continue. To summarize this series of observations, over the last 18 years, we have incurred more debt, foreign policy failures, and cultural rotgut, all the while eroding the rights, protections, and freedoms of our own citizens. In other words, we learned all of the wrong lessons.